Hey guys, it's Hayley and I'm back with another video. As you can tell from my voice, it is so cracked because I've been sick for a very long time, but I am still coming through with content, so here we go. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing 3 techniques that honestly changed my life when it comes to habits and self-discipline. So I just want to announce what the giveaway is. I'm going to be gifting that person a t-shirt of their choice with their personalized name on it, just like over here where it says my name on it. If you couldn't tell, I've been wearing t-shirts with my names on it in my previous videos. A lucky subscriber is gonna get that, and I really am excited to see who's gonna get it. If you're a new viewer watching this video, then go ahead and join my channel and you might be able to participate in future giveaways. So yeah, disclaimer, everyone is different, so the techniques that I use might not work for you, but that's okay. I did a lot of trial and error to find out what technique was best suited for me, so make sure you don't give up and you stay persistent trying to find what technique works best for you. Cool. I am 90% sure that my techniques are gonna work for you, just saying, just gassing myself up, I can't lie. The first technique that I'm gonna tell you guys is what I call the ticking box technique. And I think I made up this name. I don't know if it's out there as that name. Something that everyone can do if you have a pen and paper, or even if you have your phone and you have your notes in your phone, you can do this technique. Guess what the technique is? It is writing down what you want to do, putting a little box next to it and ticking it off once you're done. The reason I use this technique is because I feel like I get that sense of accomplishment once I've done the task, and it's like such a small thing, ticking something and making a box. Like, it's so small, but if you really think about it, it can be a really big tool and it will actually help you. An example I'm gonna show you guys of where I use this technique was for me to stop biting my nails. Now, I was like a really bad nail biter, and I'm gonna do a separate video about my journey in that regards because it's so long. I made a tick boxes chart where I basically go like every week and tick off when I haven't bitten my nails, and I swear before I had this chart I was like always constantly falling back into biting them, but this chart has really helped me stay consistent, because I'm looking at that chart every day and I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, I want to tick off the next box. I need to, like, it sounds crazy, but like, pause this video right now and I want you to grab a piece of pen and paper or go on your notes, and I want you to write something that you've been dying to do, a habit that you've been dying to break, or a new habit that you're trying to start. And I want you to draw a little box next to it, and I really want you to visualize and think about the feeling of how you would feel if you accomplished that thing, and use that feeling in motivating you to do that thing. So now that you've gone and written down your goal, I need you guys to put in the work. As in, visualizing it is not enough, because honey, I wish if I could just close my eyes and my dream would just appear, I would be so happy. I think everyone would, but life is not ideal and you need to put in the work, otherwise it's gonna stay in your notes or on that piece of paper forever, and you don't want that. You want it to leave the paper, you want it to become a reality, so put in the work. Second technique that I use is by giving myself a schedule. Now, when I say giving myself a schedule, I mean I'm giving myself deadlines that I know that I can mentally achieve, but at the same time I'm also pushing myself. Let's say we're on like a chart. I know that my mental limit is probably like about here, if we're starting here. Now, I'm not gonna go and give myself a schedule where I'm like here and I'm not fully making the use of my brain. I want to make a schedule that I know I'm fully dedicated to and I'm fully going to make the most out of it, but at the same time I'm obviously going to take into consideration that I am a human and I do have to take a break, or I have a limit. So kind of try to think about it like that. Like, when you're making a schedule, think about a line, think about, are you just doing it like dead in the middle? Are you giving like less effort than you can give in? Are you taking too many breaks for yourself, or do you need more breaks? These are the questions you need to ask yourself when you're making your schedule. Now be aware that your schedule is not going to be easy to complete. If your schedule is a good schedule, as in you're doing like the maximum things that you can do, obviously without hurting your mental health, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. If your schedule is easy, then you're not doing it right. It's not a proper schedule, okay? Schedules shouldn't be easy. They should be hard. That's why they're called schedules. I don't even know if schedule is the right word, but like tasks to do throughout your week. Yeah. A tip that I usually use when I'm doing my schedule is that I will give myself a pre-deadline. I think most uni students do this, but it's a deadline before the actual deadline. And this really helps you because you get to feel that feeling of missing the deadline without actually missing the deadline, because that is just the best feeling. I don't know why, but like when I have something to do and I know I have more time in the moment, it feels amazing. So always try to make a deadline before your actual deadline, so you'll still get that feeling, but you'll actually manage to do it when it's time for your proper deadline. Something else that you need to know when you're making a schedule is that you need to be mindful. As in, when I say being mindful, you need to know that life is going to throw tests in for you, okay? Life is going to be like, oh, she wants to improve. Let's see if she actually wants to improve. Let's see if she can resist the temptation of going out with her friends. Okay, we're going to get this friend to talk to her. We're going to get this person to do this. I literally don't know what it is, but as soon as you get focused and actually want to make a schedule and prioritize time for yourself, something always comes in the way. And it's just life. Because life is trying to see whether you can prioritize your schedule or whether you're just going to go back into your old habits. That's when you have to stay strong. Staying strong is really important and not giving in to that temptation. Obviously, make time for your friends. Maybe put that in your schedule at the end of the week. Cool. Honestly, if you're gonna break or make a new habit, you need to prioritize what you wrote in your schedule, because the schedule is gonna help you complete your ultimate goal. Because without no schedule, there's like no ultimate goal. It's really hard to get somewhere without a path. Do you know what I mean? And just know that even if in the moment you're feeling guilty because you didn't get to go out with a certain friend or do a certain thing because you were prioritizing your schedule, that FOMO and that guilt is only gonna last like maybe a week or whatever. But I promise that your future self is gonna be so grateful and happy that you made those sacrifices and stuck with your decisions to stick to the schedule and prioritize. Ultimately, with scheduling, it's all about balance. The worst feeling is knowing that you could have done more. So you don't want that feeling of, oh, I kind of wasted my week today. But at the same time, if you put too much on your schedule that you can't handle, that's ultimately going to lead to it. I'll call it the spiral of disaster. Start with putting too much pressure on yourself. Then you start having mental breakdowns. Yeah. Then you're going to start having burnouts. Then you're going to start feeling self-loathing, as in hating yourself and blaming the scheduling for it. Then you're going to just quit the whole scheduling system and you're going to be back to square one where you didn't even break the habit or make the new habit. So that's why you don't overschedule. I'm telling you from experience. The third technique I'm going to tell you guys is giving yourself rewards. I'm going to be using my psychology A-level to explain this to you guys, but I'm going to kind of word it in a way where you guys understand. Also in a way that I understand, because the terminologies are a bit crazy. When you're gonna break a habit, it's gonna be hard, as in capital H-A-R-D. It's gonna be hard because habits are literally actions that you've been doing for a long period of time. That's why they're called habits. Put yourself in your brain's shoes. You got to think. Your brain thinks that because you've been doing it for a long period of time, it is the right thing to do. So why would it change that? And also the brain is comfortable with the idea of doing that. So for the brain is like, I'm comfortable, I'm chilling, I got my popcorn, or why am I going to get up and do some push-ups? Like, why am I going to work when I don't have to? I'm just going to chill in my comfy little zone And that is the bad habit that you want to break. If you want to get your brain off of that little comfy, cozy sofa, you need to retrain it, as in make it do something different and ultimately reprogram your brain. Obviously not completely, because that'll be difficult, but like obviously the parts that you want to change. This is why giving yourself rewards is such a great technique to use when you want to break or make habits, etc. It's because you're basically telling your brain, okay, I'm gonna sacrifice being in my little comfy zone because I see that I'm gonna gain something positive from it in the future. Give your brain reasons to do what you want it to do, because your brain is lazy and it will stay on that couch unless you're giving it some sort of initiative or motivation to get off the couch. The point that I'm trying to get at is you want to be showing your brain something instead of nothing. Because let's say at the end of your schedule, at the end of the week, you plan this thing for yourself as a reward. That is something that your brain is looking forward to, something that's going to make your brain more motivated to do what's on the schedule. If your brain sees nothing at the end of the week and you're just constantly going through the schedule, it's going to be like, okay, well, this is tiring and I'm not getting nothing out of it, so I'm just going to stop doing it. And that's the truth. That's the truth. The brains are ruthless. They're ruthless. They don't have feelings. They don't care. Or they probably do. I don't know, okay? This is how I'm thinking. This technique is what is giving me results, okay? What I want to tell you is that if you're on this mission, yeah, we ain't carrying no passengers. We're all in the driver's seat and we're all giving 100%, okay? We are not giving 50%, because if you're giving 50% to making or breaking a habit, then you may as well just give up, because you're literally just wasting your time. Like, why are you wasting your time? Breaking a habit is 100% or nada. Absolutely nothing, because it's hard to do. You probably didn't click on this video to be told off, so I apologize if I'm coming across as too harsh, but I just want to give you guys the truth, because if I sugarcoat this, it's just not going to get you results, and I want you to have results, okay? We are going to get results together. Okay. Also, another thing I want to say is that these rewards do not have to be pricey, okay? You don't have to go to a 5-star resort in Hawaii. You don't need to go to like the best spa in London, no. Yeah, because obviously we don't have the money for that, or maybe you do have the money for that, but I'm just talking to a big audience here, and 9 times out of 10 we probably don't have money for that. So I'm talking about those type of rewards where you're giving yourself a bubbly bath with some champagne or some rosé if you like that, or if you don't like that, then going to play football for like an hour, 2 hours, I don't know, whatever you like doing. Do that. Do what you like doing. And rewards can be doing little things for yourself that you usually don't do during your week, but make them personalized to you. Because if they're personalized to you, you're going to be more motivated to do them, because at the end of the day, that's the thing that you want to do. And there's going to be a less chance of you putting in jeopardy your schedule or the things you have to do, because then you're going to lose your reward. Simple. It's all about the brain. My mom used to tell me that there's a difference between someone really wanting something and then someone really wanting something, because if you really want it, you're gonna like put in effort, but you're not gonna like do what you like, push yourself that much, because like you just really want it. But if you really want it, you're gonna put in the work, okay? You're gonna like be there, you're gonna show up, you're gonna do it because you really like crave it, you really want it. Unless there are external factors that are preventing you from doing that thing that you really want to do, then it's gonna be a problem. An example of this is me getting my driver's license. I'm gonna do a video about tips and tricks for getting your driver's license, but when I tell you, I really wanted my driver's license, as in like I didn't stop doing lessons until I got my driver's license. I had 2 jobs, full-time university, and I still did driving lessons, because that's how much I wanted my driving license. So if there's a will, there's a way. The main message, basically, in conclusion, is you got to think about how your brain thinks. because I don't know, I don't think a lot of people do that. Like, a lot of people forget to think about how their brain thinks, because the way that their brain thinks affects people a lot more than people realize. Or maybe the people is me and I. The people is I and I am the people. Do you get what I mean? Because when I found this out, like, my mind was blown. Once you think about the way your brain thinks, that's when you really know how to go about breaking old habits and making new habits and being self-disciplined as a whole. Okay, right. I feel like that is so much information to process, and I really hope that you use these 3 techniques that I've given you from my personal experience, and I hope they work for you. Remember what I said, don't be discouraged if it doesn't work out, but stay consistent and give it your all. That's my best advice I can give you. I really hope you guys like my sit down chit chat videos. I certainly have a passion for giving advice when I have been through it in real life. So yeah, I've basically been the guinea pig for these 3 techniques, and I can tell you that they've worked. That's the end of today's video, guys. I hope you loved it, liked it, subscribed, all of that jazz. Until next time, bye guys. Mwah.